What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to Tier Maker. And hey, guess what? You boys sick. You boys sick as fuck. I don't know if you can tell. I sound disgusting. I look disgusting, but you know what? I gotta get a video ready for you guys. So today we're gonna do something simple and something that really doesn't matter that much, which is grading NBA rookies way too early. We're about 20 games into their career, so let's slap letter grades next to them, because who doesn't like being graded on something after only about a month and a half of doing it, right? That's what we're here to do today. But before we get into all of that, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment to my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. And if you want to show your boy some love and support for showing up with his sexy ass voice to this video, then show him some love on the channel. But as always, appreciate y'all. Let's get into the video. Alrighty, so like I said, I'm gonna have a sexy voice throughout all of this because I'm sick, right? You lucky dogs out there on the internet on a Monday morning. This is what you get to listen to. Maybe you're on your way to work or something like that. You driving your boo to work, right, with you. Maybe you guys are carpooling. She gonna be like, who's this sultry man speaking to us in the car this morning? That's AVC. That's AVC. So yeah, we're here to talk about rookies, though. We're 20 games in. Don't judge rookies too much. As always, I say, as a guy that did like player development and stuff like that, usually by the end of the second season, that's when we want to start to see a little bit of growth in people. Year 3 is when we can really start to really be a little bit more critical of them, see if they've learned anything, right? But for right now, we're going to be quick. We're going to be to the point. I'm going to give them grades. You're going to be happy with those grades and not leave any negative comments whatsoever, right? But no, we're going to talk about everybody very quickly and move through it so that I can have a Monday video. And now we have a lot of rookies to get through because a lot of motherfuckers be playing. And so look, you'll see a lot of guys in the NA column here. These are guys that just either get like less than 10 minutes a game, or they were like second round picks that don't play, or they're not going to play this whole season, right? The guys that I've decided to grade were either first round picks this year, because I figure they should all get a grade, or guys that are like playing significant minutes. And every tier maker video should come with an explanation of the tiers. That's like, hey, this dude is absolutely crushing it for a rookie, right? It should be noted that when we did this with like Wembanyama's class, he just had his own category, right? Like that's how good that motherfucker was right away. Wemby gets his own category, right? Nobody's getting a Wemby category in this one, okay? That's okay. Not many people are Wemby, right? Now, if you're an F, that means you're just not playing well right now. And we try to take draft position like somewhat into account with all of this stuff, but we also like to take performance into account with things as well. So that's it. Again, we're 20 games in, so don't take any of this and be like super butthurt or super excited depending on where your guys fall. But anyway, let's start off with Asa Newell for the Atlanta Hawks. Can I say I've just been like pleasantly like cool with Newell? He hasn't played that much, but when he has, like, his contribution is pretty good. Like, he's shooting like a stupid percentage from 3, but he's only taking like 1.5 threes a game, and he doesn't play that much because there's good players in front of him. I like him. I like the athleticism. I think he's a cool prospect. So, yeah, you get to see Asa Newell. That's how quickly we're moving through things. All right, now we have a bunch of Nets rookies. Psych, we're switching it up right away. You thought there was going to be order and logic to this? Nope, we're switching it all up. I'm dragging all these boys around. All right, who do we have next? We've got, come on, Maluach. Come on, doesn't play. That's unfortunate. We knew he was more of a long-term prospect, right? But what we didn't know is that he would end up on a team where they just are playing like 3 other bigs in front of him, and that's kind of unfortunate. Because we have the context that he is a longer-term prospect, I can let it slide a little bit. We just, like, because I think he could play NBA basketball right now if we needed him to. It's just there are better people in front of him. But he was a lottery pick, so I got to give it a D for right now. I'm not going to give it an F because, again, a little bit of a long-term thing, and there are considerably, like, better players ahead of him. But, yep, we're going to give it a D for now. If you wanted to say F grade because he was, like, what, the 10th pick or whatever, fine, I guess. I'm not going to argue with it too much, but I'm going to give it a D for right now. Cedric Coward. Where do I want to put him? He started out the year so hot, and again, we're only 20 games in, but he's become a little bit cooler since like Ja and them have been out, because he doesn't have any like playmakers setting him up anymore. He was like great when he had guys like that around him. So I feel like, for a rookie, though, like, I feel like a B is in order. I feel like a B is fine for Cedric Coward, because, again, like, the Grizzlies are such a hot mess, and, again, he has no playmakers, so what we saw, pretty good. I am so sick. This is probably disgusting to you guys. All right, big Kalkbrenner for the Hornets. One of many Hornets rookies. I feel like a B is more than fine. Like, his efficiency is crazy. He's blocking shots, right? All of that stuff. Makes a lot of mistakes out there still and gets taken advantage of when people actually take the time to do so. All of his points come from just nobody really guarding him, which is fine. Like, take advantage of the opportunity you're given, but production doesn't lie. He's been very solid as a rookie so far this season. So we clap it up for Big Kalk. We're big Kalk fans here on the AVC channel. Next, Hugo Gonzalez. Another guy I've been just fine with so far. The Celtics kind of have this weird thing going between like Jordan Walsh, Minot, Hugo Gonzalez, and Baylor Shireman, where they just kind of hope and pray that like 2 out of those 4 play solid any given night, and the Celtics keep getting better and better. All you motherfuckers were shit-talking me at the beginning of the season when I said the Celtics were going to be like a pretty good basketball team, and now they're kind of getting things figured out, and Jaylen Brown is good. Derek White starts hitting some shots. Not so bad, right? I'm like, yeah, I feel like they got enough role players to make it happen. Hugo's kind of been one of those dudes. He's blended in pretty well. His defense is intense, and when he shoots the ball well, he's really valuable. So there you go. The Bulls with Noah Senge, for those of you that don't know, because I know about 60% of you on any given video are. I'm a Bulls fan. Unfortunately, it's a horrible existence. But Noah Senge, F. That is an F grade. I didn't like the pick necessarily at the time. Haven't been happy with it so far. Now, look, long-term prospect, right? We haven't seen much at all of him on the basketball court, and the little bit we did wasn't ready at all. Not even close to ready, right? Not even close. And I know some people just have this thing like, oh, Billy Donovan, he doesn't play rookies. Like, this guy is not even close to being ready to play NBA basketball. He's just not, and now he's out for the season, so that really sucks. We wish him the best because that just sucks. It really does. But, yeah, just didn't seem like the right pick. Not something that we needed. I like that he is a longer-term prospect, but I don't know. I don't know. That pick really upset me. So, yeah, there you go. Con Knipple, he gets an A. Con Knipple 100% gets an A. He's averaging like 18 points a game as a rookie. That's insane. I don't think you guys know how hard that is to average 18 points a game as a rookie. Now, are people really game planning for Con Knipple? No, that's something that you hear me talk about in the videos all the time, and like that is something to keep in mind because people think that these guys are going to be GOATs, and then in their second seasons they struggle, and everyone goes, oh, what a fall off. What is this? Like, no. People just are game planning and they're aware of them now, right? Because everybody's good in the NBA, and like somebody has to be like, you have to kind of give somebody the shots. And so a lot of times it's the rookies that get to do things, but he's taking absolute advantage of it. He's shooting the piss out of the basketball. He's doing it in so many different ways. I love the intensity that he plays with, and he's probably making the Hornets be like, do we need LaMelo Ball? Can we move on from LaMelo? Because he can be annoying sometimes, and Con's cool. So yeah, shout out the Hornets. 2 good draft picks so far. You know what? Let's do another one. Sion James, considering he was a 2nd round pick, his production, much like in college, doesn't jump out at you like for box scores, but been very solid for them overall. Like defensively, more than fine. He's not hitting like a great amount of 3-pointers or anything, but like it's a very solid contributor. If I can give him credit for one thing in particular, he gets to the rim like surprisingly well. So I want to give him a B. He's gone better than expected, right? We'll see what his long-term kind of ceiling is, but yeah, not too bad. Nolan Traore, a guy that I really was looking forward to watching, and along with some other guys that the Nets took that just didn't really get to play this year because the Nets are just, nobody understands what the Nets tried to do this offseason. It's weird. Like, great that they're rebuilding, but like, what's the point of having all these draft picks if you're just going to like fuck the whole thing up? I don't understand. So I like Nolan as a prospect. I do. Hasn't looked very good this season, right? And he can't even get on the court on a team that doesn't have like point guard play. So I feel like we got to give it an F right now. It's 20 games in. Don't freak out. All right. But that's kind of the point of this video, is overreacting a little bit. So there you go. All right. Let's swap it up again. Let's switch some things up because I think that that's fun. Do a little switcheroo. And by the way, while I'm doing this switcheroo, I know some of you have already poked and maybe commented, EVC, where's Ryan Nembhard? I can't do the annoying Billy voice right now because my voice is shot. Yeah, I realize Ryan Nembhard isn't on this list. So I'm giving him a B. I don't know why I didn't make this tier maker list. Someone else did. So Ryan Nembhard gets a B. He's cool. I did a whole video on it this week. You guys really liked that video too. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, go watch that if you want more thoughts on Ryan Nembhard. He gets a B. And if someone comments that already, timestamp them and tell them they're a fucking moron. But okay, who do we got? Oh, we actually have another Nets rookie. We got Ben Seraph. More minutes than Nolan, and definitely been more productive this year than Nolan. But still, I can't crack a rotation that's wide open for him. Makes a lot of mistakes out there. He's a young guard, so I can kind of stomach that. But considering all the edges that he could have, and like he's a late first round pick, so I feel like I should give him a little slack, but we are just talking general production against everyone else. So I'm gonna give him a D for right now. That's where I feel comfortable putting him is a D. The assist numbers like have peaked up at certain points, but sometimes he just makes such the wrong reads on things. So I don't know. Next guy, Will Richard. He gets a B for basically just being an average role player in the NBA day one. If you can do shit like that, and it's really hard to tell when you make mistakes, you're doing a great job as a rookie. So there you go, Will Richard. Making timely plays, very much appreciated. All right. Hansen Yang, Yang Hansen, whichever way you want to go with it. This is a tough one. This one made me wonder if I was a good scout this last offseason for the team that I was working for when he got drafted the place that he did. Then I talked to all my other scouting friends, and they were like, dude, we're right there with you. We're just as confused. And we were all right. Yeah, it's not good. Like, this guy hasn't been on the court very much. He's not there. He is not NBA ready yet. And he's supposed to be a longer term prospect, but because he was a first round pick, and that's where the Blazers decide to take him for whatever fucking reason, we have to grade him as such, and he cannot be on an NBA court right now. Like, defensively, he is atrocious. He can't keep anyone in front of him. He can't box anybody out. He can't move at an NBA pace. So I'm glad that I'm not tripping too much, but we're obviously not rooting for his downfall either. Long term, I still think he's interesting, and I'm curious to see how he develops. I mean, it's nice that he gets a chance to develop stateside under an NBA team, but can the Blazers develop him? That's another question. Micah Pevy, let's give him a C. I've been kind of pleasantly surprised with him for New Orleans. Like, he kind of has some Will Richard moments where I'm like, oh, I forget this guy's a rookie out here. Like, very solid. There's every once in a while he's like, all right, let me try to create because the Pelicans are such a mess. But I'm cool with Pevy, so I'm giving him a C. I'm trying not to make this like a super long video, like I said. So we're trying to not go into extreme detail. And there's so many rookies. Jace Richardson doesn't get to play a bunch right now on a team that could use some shooting. That's his main skill set. I know Magic fans want more Jace Richardson. I don't think he's really ready to play at like that level yet. So what grade can I reasonably give him? Can we pull up some Jace Richardson stats? Just so I don't feel too fucking crazy about whatever I say. So we're talking 3 points a game right now. Where's my per games right here? 3 points a game. He's shooting well. He's not even shooting 1-3 a game. 7 minutes. Again, it's a team that probably could use a little bit more guard play, right? So I feel like a D is appropriate. Now, was I the biggest Jace Richardson fan coming into this season? No. But do I think he ended up in one of the better opportunities for him? Yes. And so, like, again, not telling you should give up on him or whatever. It's just the production's not really there right now. We've talked in depth about the things he needs to improve on. So do those things, you're good, right? You're good. All right, Jeremiah Fears. I have a hard time not giving Jeremiah Fears a B. Like, are they winning basketball games in New Orleans? No, like, and they're not gonna, right? But, like, in terms of just, like, raw production, Fears has been pretty good. Getting into scraps and things like that. Zero Fears is really who he is. Gets baited into a lot of bad shots right now. He's a young guard. It's not a big deal, and I'm not completely sure where I see him going because he's just this guy that perpetually, like, wants to get downhill as much as possible, and I don't think he's, like, actually that elite at it. I think he's got good touch, but I'm not sure he's got a lot of the other skill set that's needed, and I'm not saying he can't develop that, but I think we're ways away from it. But in terms of just raw production as a rookie, I have a hard time not giving him a B, man. I'm with him there. All right, next, Noah Penda. Kind of recently injected into the Magic's rotation. I feel like a C is, like, I feel like he's right there for expectations right now. Like, I've been pretty happy with him. Sets mean screens, gets some good rebounds, hits an open three every once in a while. If you leave him, just plays tough, hard-nosed basketball. I like Penda. I like Penda. Trey Johnson. Again, can we just give him a C? Like, he's doing exactly what we kind of thought he would do this year. Just go be the spot-up shooter, run around some screens, like, play intense, all of that stuff. Again, longer-term prospect, one of the best pure, just, like, shot makers in this class, but he's on a team that's the Wizards. They're really bad, right? And so he's not able to really create for himself right now, needs other people to do it, and when those guys are like out or injured or whatever, it's pretty hard for him to get stuff going right now. So I think he's right in line right now. I think he's fine. Should we mix it up one more time? Let's fucking mix it up one more time. Just cuz. I mean, why not? Let's get freaky with it, right? I mean, it's a Friday for me, it's a Monday for you guys. So let's get freaky with it. Oh, and Ace Bailey's there. That's fun. Let's do Ace Bailey. Where do I want to put Ace Bailey? Where are we at stat-wise for now? Because I feel like with Ace Bailey, I'm going to have a hard time justifying, like, anything more than a B, and I think that's fair. What sucks is, like, the first, like, 15-ish games of his season, he was on the minutes restriction, right? So, but ever since then, like, his numbers have been, like, pretty damn good. So I feel like B is appropriate, and by the next time we do this, like, if the trend continues, it could be an A. Like, does this dude create any of his own offense right now? Not necessarily. In a way, he kind of does by just following the play, being where he's supposed to be, coming off them screens and shooting the shit out of the basketball. Yeah, cutting back door, getting easy opportunities from your very happy to pass guards. I'm more than happy with that. Like, Ace was my favorite rookie coming in this year, and I think he's following a great path right now. I think Utah's going to do a good job developing him, so really excited to see. All right, Will Riley just now kind of getting to play for the Wizards right now. It's so tough. They have so many young guys on their team that are kind of fighting and scrapping for minutes that now they're kind of like, all right, let's see if you can do anything right. So I'm just going to give it like a D for now. Like, he hasn't gotten a ton of burn or anything, so don't read into it too much. It's early in the season for him, but I really just don't have too many takes on him. Like, the film on him is so minimal at this point. Danny Wolf, also very minimal film on him. Things are starting to look up. The fact that he couldn't get on the court early in the season is one of two things, right? Either, like, you should be very nervous about it because it's like, oh my god, like, this team is horrible, and like, he can't get on the court. Like, that's a little worrisome. Or they just don't know completely what the fuck they're doing, which could be the case considering how they drafted. So let's give Danny Wolf a C. Danny Wolf has been very good since he's been kind of thrown into the rotation, and now all of a sudden, like, yes, he's made some very dumb mistakes. Again, as we saw in this video here, go give it a watch. It's really entertaining, but you see all those skills that I really got excited about with him as a prospect, so I continue to be enthralled with him as a 7-footer that can move the way he does with the passing vision and some of the shooting. I think it's really, really interesting. Carter Bryant. Production is poor right now. He's a very long-term prospect, right? Like, a lot of the skill set we see is really, really good. He's just, like, developmentally, like, he's really young, right? He's really young. So that's how you should probably look at him. In terms of pure production, let's give him a D, but we have to understand that his role is very small right now. His job is coming at, like, the end of quarters, just trying to be a menace defensively, take a couple bad threes. Like, that's kind of what he's doing right now. In time, and again, that's the thing with him, right? Give him time. I could see this guy becoming a very good basketball player. He's in a good situation. He's going to have a role that's kind of carved out for him. So we'll see. Yegor. Oh, Yegor. Top 10 pick. Supposed to be kind of a lead guard. Can't create for himself right now. None of the percentage stuff is good. I like how smart he is. And, like, here's the thing. If he was taken, like, I told you, we take into account a little bit draft position and a little bit just, like, actual play right now. Like, I try to balance the two. If he was taken, like, where I thought he should have gone, which is around, like, 20-something, I'd say, like, you're feeling solid about it, right? Considering where you took him, and you see how long of a development journey it actually is right now, I'm going to give that a D for right now. Again, like, the vision is, like, cool or whatever, but you can't really give him the ball for any situation to actually go do something with it. The shooting is poor right now. And again, long-term prospect, right? So do I think they should have taken him that high? No, I don't think a lot of us did, but you know how it is. Derek Queen, for rookie, yeah, man, you get a B for sure. Contributing in a lot of different ways. I was very scared when New Orleans took him. I'm like, how the fuck is this going to work with, like, all these other dudes that are in the same operating area as him are on the team? Well, all those guys got hurt. So it doesn't matter now. They're like, well, we have to give the ball to someone at the top of the key and just let them do whatever the fuck they want. And so it's Derek Queen now. So good for him, I guess. And he's made the most of it. Defensively, a ton of concerns. Still a ton of concerns. For a big man that can't really rebound like all that well or like play defense and just generally is like slow moving. That's worrisome, right? But as a rookie, like production wise, can't really argue with it right now. So I don't know long term where this goes, but I'm pleasantly curious as of right now. So I guess we'll see. But New Orleans is such a hot mess right now that who knows where any of it's gonna go. I hope you guys are enjoying the Sexy Voice Monday video. I just spent like the last 7 minutes blowing my nose. Should I have put that on camera? Would you have liked that, you sick fucks? I don't know. I don't know what you guys are into. But let's go back to judging rookies way too fast. Jean Beranger doesn't really play right now. He's got a bunch of good players in front of him. And what did we say with like Maluach? He got a D because we can kind of understand that as well. I think that that's fair, right? Because there's some like evidently like more established players in front of him. So I guess we can give that a D, and considering where he was drafted, like that's fine. Again, longer term prospect. We'll see where he ends up at some point. Dylan Harper. This is an interesting one because there's some parts of me that wants to put him in A, like in all honesty. Let me pull up Mr. Harper right now. I know he missed a little bit of time and he's just now getting back right now. There's like obviously the 3-point shooting, like not that great right now. And I know defensively there's some mistakes sometimes, but like the level of professionalism I see on like the offensive end this early in a young guard's career just tells me like the sky's the limit for this guy. Like everything that I thought about him so far has been correct in the sense where it's like, yeah, he's got pro scoring abilities already. Like there's no doubt about that. He's got a ton of different moves, a ton of different ways he can go to things. So once some things start becoming more consistent for him, he just gets used to NBA style play. It can be really, really impactful. I think, especially because he's got so many other people kind of competing at his position with him, and like Castle's been in with him at times, like Wemby, obviously, like has been in and out, and like Fox is back now, so you're learning to play with all these different players. Considering the production you're getting out of him, like just like I said, the professional in me is like enthralled with him as a prospect, honestly. So I kind of want to put him here. Honestly, I kind of do. Now, is there a difference between like what Khan has done and what Harper has done? Sure. But like, I'd still like, if you like, obviously if you told me to pick one of them right now, I'm taking Dylan Harper in a second. I just am. And that's nothing against Khan. I'm telling you, like someone that has this skill level this early on, you should feel good about it. You damn lucky Spurs fans. But maybe you'll trade him for Giannis. Who knows? Cooper Flag. Alrighty, let's talk. Nope. Psych. Y'all don't get to ever expect what I'm gonna do, you fucks. All right, Walter Clayton. Talking about him now. I've been cool with Walter Clayton. I know the production isn't anything to like write home about or anything. I like Clayton. I think he's out there trying to do the best. I think he's a true pro, playing with or without the basketball. I think the shooting percentage gets better once he gets a little bit more established. And look, he's not playing on a very good team right now, so that makes it even harder as a lead kind of distributing guard. So I'll give it a C. I'm cool with Walter Clayton. Maxime Reynaud for the Kings. Okay, fair enough. What do we want to say about Reynaud? He gets burned as a rookie, right? And that's because of injury. I could very well call this like an NA if I wanted to. Let me take a look, because I didn't just immediately take him off. How many minutes per game are we giving right now? He's getting 14. No, he's played in 14 games. Where's his minutes per game? He's getting 15, 7.5 points. Shooting okay from three, not many. Okay. I'd say in line with expectation. Yeah, I want to say like meeting expectations is good for him. Like I'm happy with where he's at right now. Second round pick, probably should have been a first round pick, at least in my eyes when you guys saw my grades for people or my evaluations coming into this season. I've been pleasantly surprised with that, or with the fact that he's actually gotten some playing time early, again because of the Sabonis injury, and he's looked not so bad considering like all the vets around him look like they want to die at all times because they play for Sacramento. I think we should be happy with that. Yaka Chonas, he is a first-round pick, hasn't really gotten to play yet because of injuries, so he goes there, but just wanted to bring it up. Drake Powell, better than expected. Like, his playmaking's been, like, kind of okay, and his defense hasn't been maybe as good as I wanted, so maybe we just didn't evaluate the prospect really well, but I think he, like, for where he was picked, fine, like a C. I got no complaints about him. Yannick, Doesn't really get to play much right now either. Again, late first round, like last first round pick, right? I believe he was the last pick because he was the Clippers pick, and I think they had pick 30. So where do we put him right now? He doesn't really get to play on a team where Brook Lopez, we figured, would get minutes, and he doesn't get any minutes right now, which is a weird situation with the Clippers are such a mess. So I guess because he's not a bigger part of the rotation, he gets a D right now. But again, there's clearly better people on the team than he is at this moment. But long term, I think he's an interesting prospect. Tyrese Proctor in spot minutes has been fine for the Cavaliers as like a rookie combo guard. I'm cool with kind of giving him a C right now. I think that that's more than fine. Like, he's had moments where the shooting looks good, moments where the shooting looks very bad. And, like, some of the playmaking's there. I like the intensity on defense that I've seen so far. Like, that's a dude clearly trying to make the most of his minutes because he knows they're going to get taken away when Garland's more healthy. So, yeah, there you go. Colin Murray-Boyles. How do I evaluate this? Because, like, offensively, there's not a ton going on there right now. Most of his shots are just kind of like nonsense ones that are kind of like putbacks or whatever, just kind of weird, unethical shots that people are trying to stop the four other like guys that are really scoring well for the Raptors, and so he gets to kind of be the cleanup. But defensively, he's been really good, which we knew. We knew he was going to be a really good defensive player coming in. So I kind of want to put him in like upper C, lower B. Is there anyone here that, like, I guess if like I got like James here or whatever, like the reason he's here is because he like starts so much or whatever. And like Murray-Boyles has been put in tough spots too because he's been asked to play like true center, and I'm not sure he necessarily deserves to be there. I feel like we can give him a B, right? Like a low B. I think that's fair. VJ Edgecombe, probably a B as well. Like after like the first week, you would have thought it was an A. This production slowed down quite a bit from there. Makes a lot of rookie mistakes, jumps at a lot of balls he shouldn't, gets unnecessary fouls. Had a cool game winner just yesterday at the time of recording that, but looking like has all the potential in the world to become an elite player in this league with due time. But for right now, giving him a B, right? I think that's fair. All right, let's move Cooper Flagg to the end one more time, because why not? Neat Clifford, production's not anything too crazy right now. Doesn't really get the opportunity to show too much either. I feel like I need to pull up Neat Clifford numbers too, just because the Kings stuff just always surprises me when I take a look at it, just because they got all sorts of random people on here. So yeah, 3 points a game from him as well. Nothing crazy efficient here either. Playing for, like we said, a kind of a nonsense team, but he was a first round pick, and I'd say Reynaud's outperforming him. So you know what, we're going to put him in D for now. Liam McNeely doesn't really get to play much right now. He's kind of the forgotten Hornets rookie. Can we give him a D for right now? Is there any reason I should give Liam an F? He's end of the first round. I don't necessarily think so. Like, I don't think he's necessarily doing anything bad. Should we take a look at Liam McNeely's numbers? Because I couldn't tell you what his numbers are off the top of my head. I'd guess just average 3-point shooting, right? 37.8. So yeah, just a little bit above average. 2 threes a game. He's appeared in 16 games, 13 minutes. Yeah, no, that's fine, right? I got no complaints about that. But again, not very good team. It's not like there's anybody really above him, considering James was taken after him and he plays over him. Yeah, right. That's why I maybe grade him a little bit lower. If you wanted to put him in a C, I think that's fine, but someone outcompeted him that was drafted lower already. So yeah, Cooper Flagg, giving him an A. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be surprised by that. While Khan has been the best rookie so far, Cooper's catching up to him really, really quickly. He's been awesome. Again, a rookie averaging like 17 points a game, being a really good help defender, and doing all this while being put in a really stupid situation early on by trying to make him into a point guard. Shout out Ryan Nebhard for making his life a little bit easier now. But yeah, these are my way too early grades. Again, try not to think about this too much, all right? If you've got really hard opinions that you want to put in the comments, good for fucking you. Good for you. I'm going to stare at my Christmas lights back there and just not even think about it, but I still respond to every single comment. So I guess if you leave a mean one, I still will respond. But anyway, no, I appreciate you guys as always. Halfway through the season, we'll go a lot more in depth on these guys, and we'll actually care about it a little bit more. It's just too early to tell. I know we want to overreact to everything, but we're not going to in this instant. Hopefully Nolan is an A by then, right? And so is Yang Hansen, and who knows, maybe Cooper Flagg's a D by that point. Just don't know. A lot can happen, but as always, thank you guys. Hope you're having a great Monday. Maybe I'll sound sexier by Monday, but yeah, let's go on to the comments of the video. Alrighty, y'all. Comment of the video is coming from our Rob Dillingham progress report right here. People have been people were really surprised that I put out a video about Dillingham, and I figured like dude's in kind of a unique situation, being like a lottery pick people traded up to get, and I thought it was kind of an interesting conversation to have. So go give that a watch. It's not as much about the film as much as it is just like perspective and from someone that's been in this industry, right? About like, hey, how should you be kind of looking at this guy right now? And so while maybe the play's not there right now, there's kind of takeaways from it. But anyway, yeah, I'd recommend you go watch it. But the comment is actually from just an hour ago, and I love when people give me recommendations from things. It comes from Nate Webb, I5M. Who knows what that fucking means? But anyway, Nate, I will respond to your comment, but he said, you should break down more than just specific players. While those are great, I think it would be beneficial to fans to watch you break down a couple of games a week and get more into the X's and O's of NBA games, or break down teams and how they play more in depth with matchups and actions, like the Nuggets and their two-man game and how that works, or the Warriors and break down their offense and how much they move, and most importantly, why these offenses and actions work. So I've thought about doing stuff like this before, and I'm trying to think of ways to do it, like having like a game a week or something that we kind of break down in some capacity. I think that could be interesting. Like, I'd need to find a way to condense the game a little bit. There's two other factors to this, though, and I bring this up because I try to be transparent with my YouTube videos and like how I do things. While I intend for my videos to be very visual, right? Like I like to point at things, have the spreadsheets, right? Do all these other things on here and point and show you guys things. A lot of people kind of just like listen to me and go about their day and treat this more as a podcast. And so if I start doing stuff like that a little bit more, I lose a certain part of the audience, right? And there is a balance I try to do here. I try to do really high quality stuff. And again, I do a lot of like film breakdown stuff because I'm trying to do high quality stuff this year while also balancing more podcast style videos like this one. So that's a component to it. There's also the component of, if I'm breaking down like a full game of stuff, that's when like YouTube and the NBA could really start to come after me and try to copyright strike me. That's why you don't see like anyone else really doing that on YouTube. So I am trying to figure out how to do stuff like that. And if you guys have any ideas for formats for how to do that, that'd be great. And also, keep in mind, this is a hobby for me, right? This YouTube stuff, like I got a whole business to run and a bunch of other shit going on, so I don't have time to like game plan like 6 hours or something to do something really in depth like I'd like to. But I love these comments. I think they're awesome, and like thank you for the love and everything. I think it's great. Like I want to give you guys more and better quality, and these are just the comments I really, really appreciate. So thank you guys for that. But yeah, I'll keep thinking on this. If you guys have other ideas, please let me know. Go join the Discord, by the way, if you want to have more great basketball conversations. Link is in the description down below. It's always a good time. So thank you guys, and yeah, we'll see you the rest of this week. I'm gonna go lay down now. Okay, bye.